Welcome everybody. I am Becca Hamstra. I'm a financial advisor here in Tucson, Arizona. I also have a lot of clients up in Spokane, Washington, and throughout the western U.S. I am a specialist in widows and widowers. So I really love my clients who are older and dealing with finances on their own and have questions and would like some help. So today our topic is dealing with loss of a loved one, and particularly loss of a spouse, but it can be any loved one. So we're talking 1 to 6 months. Okay, now this is when you're going to start to be able to tackle some of these things. So this indeed is when you're going to want to make an appointment with your financial advisor. You're going to want to take a look at your investments, make sure it's appropriate for you. I find with most married couples, one spouse is very conservative and one spouse is very aggressive. And so when one of them passes away, we definitely want to adjust that portfolio. Make sure that you have enough income coming to you. And it's also a good time to be talking about, what are our plans for children, funding for them down the road or immediately, education costs, and all of that kind of thing. So that is a great thing to do. You want to, at some point, begin settling the estate. Now's the time when you're going to talk to your attorney. Now, estate tax returns are not due until at least 9 months after the date of death. And that's because there's a provision in the tax code that you take a look at the asset value on the date of death and then 9 months later. And you file with whichever one is lower. So that's why you never do estate tax returns until at least 9 months later. Yeah. Now, very few of us are probably in the position where we have to worry about estate tax because right now that's an estate of $5 million. But you also have to consider that the IRS considers your estate everything over which you exercise control. So, if you have life insurance in your name and it's a $2 million policy, well, boom, you got $2 million right there. And if you have a very nice house worth another $1.5 million, okay, it's possible we could be bumping up against that. So, you do want to be careful of that, and if you're in those situations, you need to talk to your financial advisor and attorney because there are ways to structure things so that you still have it, but it's not considered under your control and included in your estate. So we can do that. But those are the things you want to start looking at, and settling the estate, which means making sure all the bills are paid, making sure, the medical costs, ambulance costs, everything has gone through, and those take some time. Medicare is terrible about reimbursing for, a good month or two. So, you're not going to be able to settle those debts until 3 months later, which kind of works out because you're in no position to do any of that or argue or, point out their errors until you've got a couple of months under your belt. Thank you. Well, I'm Becca Hamstra. I'm a financial advisor here in Tucson, Arizona, and I thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Yay!